We're going to talk about transitioning from the use of food in our healing to the use of a toy. Not every dog will transition from food to a toy, so obviously the reason we would want to do this is that my dog is more motivated for the toy than food, and we're trying to add duration to our behavior, trying to ask the dog to work harder and longer in the healing process, and so having a higher value reward facilitates that. And so there's a point for dogs that are more toy motivated than food motivated that we would switch over from food to a toy. So what kinds of things would we want to see before we did that? One, we would want to see that the dog has a pretty good understanding of our healing behaviors. One, they have good focus, we have moving focus, we have duration in that, we've built good reward placement habits in the dog. The dog's expecting to take a reward above its head or to the outside of its head. We may have taught some of our bridging behaviors already. And the second thing is that we've satisfied all of our developmental criteria as it pertains to play. Meaning we've taught our dog how to play, the dog's playing with energy and passion, and the rules around play are established. Meaning my dog will let go of the toy. If I ask them to let go of it, bring it back to me if I give it to them or throw it for them. And so general impulse control around the toy, meaning I can have the toy out without the dog just trying to grab it out of my hands. So in this sequence, you're going to see Sarah and Mimosa working on transferring from food in the healing to the toy. So she's going to show you first stationary food presentations, then moving food presentations, then stationary toy presentations, and finally moving toy presentations. So you can watch sort of the transition from food to toy in healing.
Yes.
So she teaches the dog to look at her instead of her hand, and when the dog will do that, she says,
yes,
and pops the reward up. So the dog knows that the reward's in her hand, but still has to look at her. And then she starts moving.
yes, yes.
Cross this way, Sarah.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Nice. Pivot around and go back the other way.
Yes.
Nice. All right. So now you'll watch Sarah do the same thing, the same sequence with a toy. So when you first start with the toy, lots of times she plays with the dog with the toy, and then she's going to step in next to the dog with the toy and hold her hand to the outside of the dog's head in the same way. And so,
Yes.
and then she pops the toy up just like she did with the food. So once the dog will look at her,
Yes.
she, just like that, pops it up. And once the dog will do that well in a stationary sequence, then she can do that in a moving sequence as well.
Yes.
Perfect. So you notice also when we switch from food to a toy, for the toy motivated dogs, we have a tendency to get better effort from them. So we have to make sure we pay attention to all our criteria, but the dog's animation comes up quite a bit when she switches from the food to a toy.
Yes.
Very nice. And then one more pass, Sarah.
Okay. Yes.
Good work. Thank you.